What's going on, guys? This is Keaton with Hook'em here, and on today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I set up my egg boxes and how I take out eggs from the female. As you can see right here in the picture, the Cinny Het Puzzle Girl decided to drop her clutch today. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys how I personally do things. There's a lot of videos out there on different people, what they prefer. I'm not saying any one method is better than the other. At the end of the day, if you can get your eggs, in some sort of box, have the humidity right, and incubate them for 58 to 65 days, depending on what your incubator is, and they hatch good, no deformities, then you're doing A-okay. But I just wanted to kind of tell you guys what's going to be going on today, and stay tuned, like and subscribe, and see you guys in just a second. All right, so first up, I'm going to show you what I'm working with here. Easy hatch tray. You can use dragon hatch. You can use just regular, what is the name of it? The little sterile, whatever you call it, the little board, the light board. You can use whatever you want. I see some people that bury their eggs in a substrate. I personally don't, because I've seen, like I said, this is my second season, but I've seen a lot of videos before, and I've been following the snake industry for a long time. And, people sometimes when they bury their eggs, depending on what substrate they use, mold will creep in, and then you can't do anything about it. Like, the mold is already around the egg before you know it. You can't take the egg out and wipe it off. It's completely engulfed in mold. So what I do is I put about yay much perlite in. I get this off Amazon. Eventually, when I have, 40, 50 clutches, I'll buy it wholesale because it's just easier and cheaper that way. But right now, I just sprinkle some in the bottom. I usually do a little bit less in that middle line. That way, in case you have some big, tall eggs, depending on how big the eggs are, you don't want them touching the top of your press and seal. But that's how mine looks right there. What I do is I fill it up with water until the very top of the substrate, in this case, the perlite, and you can just kind of eyeball it. It's kind of hard to see from now, but I fill it right to the top. So the substrate's here, I fill it right there on the top, and then I put my easy hatch in, or my dragon hatch, whichever it is. I put my eggs in, which I'll show you guys in a second, and then I run press and seal over top of it, and basically press it and seal it tight. Usually I do about 2 coats of this because I don't want any moisture getting out of here, because my incubator, as you can see right here, works perfectly. I've got it all set up over here. I usually run my incubator about 88. As you can see, it stays relatively close. Relatively close. I don't need a fan. Often in cases, people think that you have to have fans in incubators. You do not have to have a fan in your incubator, guys. Like, there is no circulation that's going to get to this box. When you seal this box up with this press and seal, not one bit of air circulation is going to get into that box. You want your box to have high humidity. You don't want your incubator to have high humidity. You want your incubator to have the right heat, and it doesn't escape. All the fans do is recirculate that heat. That's all a fan does. If your incubator holds heat correctly within 0.5 to even 1 degree on each level, you are perfectly fine. You can incubate a set of eggs at 86 if you wanted to, 85, probably even 84 if you really wanted to. I'm sure there's cases out there. But it's going to take you, where I incubate at 80 days, it may take me, 80 days. I incubate my eggs at 88 degrees. It may take, 58 to 60 days for they hatch. If you incubate them lower than that, it may take you 65, 70 days. There's nothing wrong with that. Actually, that's better than incubating your eggs at a higher temperature. But, if you incubate your eggs too high, obviously you're going to cook them. So, I've seen guys incubate around the 90-degree range, which, is, like I said, is very possible, but you're also going to run into more problems that way. So, this is what I do. Press and seal, whatever you're choosing of, put your eggs on. I always put them on something. It's always either this or a dragon hatch, perlite, and throw the eggs in like that, lay them in. Sometimes if they're too big, I'll use 2 boxes, do the same thing with the second box. I put the water in like I showed you before. I let it sit at room temperature inside this room. As you can see over here, this room is set on 75. It is about 76, about 76 degrees in this room. So, if I keep this in room temperature, that water is going to heat up very quickly. That way you don't shock those eggs. So that's how I do it. Now I'm going to do a quick little transition into me getting the eggs from the female. She's obviously going to be a little angry, so we're going to try not to get tagged in that process, and yeah. All right, guys, so here we are. This is the female. As you can see, she's already very defensive. She's a cinnamon het puzzle. She was bred to a pastel cypress stranger het puzzle male. So very cool right here. It looks like they're all healthy eggs, really big eggs, so I'm very excited about that. As you can see from a distance, she is definitely defensive. It's a female. It's her babies. It's just how nature works. You don't go around, you know, let's just say you're in Florida and you see an alligator on eggs. You don't go touch her and play, hey, baby, you know, how are you? No, you don't do that. You know, you keep your distance, and you do, you know, if you're actually taking eggs from animals, you just be gentle with them. You got to know that they are protecting their own, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the camera down so I don't get tagged here. I'm going to take my hook right here. I have this handy dandy hook right here. I'm going to take some of this paper towel right there, and I'm going to cover, and yeah, we're going to get them off. All right, guys, here we are. So we got her off the eggs. Real simple, like I said, snake hook and a little bit of paper towel. You don't have to stress her out. You just lay the paper towel over her whole body, that way she can't see, and you take your snake hook and you just work around her. Be super gentle. Like I said, it's not about getting her off the egg super quick and, you know, oh, don't get bit. Like, you know, you're going to get bit sometimes. It's just part of the process. I just prefer not to get bit. You know, some people just go in there and grab her. That's, in my opinion, that stresses them out even more. You know, when you put something over their head or they can't see over top of you, they don't know what's going on, gently pick her up, put her in a tub, you know, then get your eggs out, do everything you need to do. Seems to work best for me. So that's what I did. Here we go. This is actually very, some of you guys may be looking at this, oh, that's a small clutch. 7 eggs for what was bred, and being a first-time dad is very good. I was just going to be thankful she didn't slug out. So 7 beautiful eggs are amazing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over here, turn this light off over here, and we're going to candle these eggs, make sure everything's good, get the embryo facing up. So you want the embryo to be facing this way on one of the eggs. You want the egg here, embryo up, and yeah, there we go. So I'll get back with you guys after I get done candling them, and we get them set up in the egg box. And just like that, we are all set and done. Eggs are in the incubator and ready to set the timer for 58 days. What I like to do, another quick tip for you guys, what I personally did last season, which seemed to help me a lot because I did have some mold issues on a few of the eggs that were, you know, so-called boob eggs that I ended up actually hatching because of this trick. 30 days in, so halfway through your incubation period, whatever your incubation period is, go ahead and really, you need to take out your eggs, you need to check them. So what I do is 30 days, I'll set my timer, or I'll put a note up on here, wherever the egg box is. And every 30 days, on every single egg box, I'll take them out, take both layers of the wrap off, and I'll check this, just check the eggs. Don't turn them over, don't do any of this, literally just open it up, let them breathe for a second, get some fresh air in there, and check and see if there's mold. No mold, put another 2 layers of your crust and seal, and throw them right back into the incubator and finish out the rest of the days. But that's a quick tip that I do. And if you do pull your eggs and there is a little bit of mold, what I always recommend doing would help me, like I said, pull them out. I'll make sure the egg doesn't tip over, so I'll pull it out gently and then take a little very damp paper towel and I'll just wipe the mold off the egg. Sometimes you can put foot powder and stuff on it, which, you know, I've tried that last year as well. It does seem to work a little bit, but I don't like putting anything on my eggs. I want my eggs to be as natural as they can be. So I just take a paper towel right here, little paper towel, and wet it down, you know, one little paper towel, make sure the egg stays up, down, don't turn it and mix it all up and everything else, and just gently wipe all the mold off the egg and then throw it right back in there and you're good to go. So yeah, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm super ecstatic about this clutch. Like I said, 7 big healthy eggs. Every one of them had good veins. They seem to be doing great. Like I said, they just went in the incubator. Quick, I'll show off the male again, in case you guys don't know. Pastel Cypress Stranger Het Puzzle. Very powerful male. And I'm super excited. So yeah, stay tuned guys. Peace.